Respiratory health is a crucial aspect of human well-being, affecting millions of people worldwide. Issues such as asthma, allergies, flu, and conditions affecting the larynx and pharynx are common and often underestimated. Asthma, for example, is a chronic respiratory disease that affects the bronchi, leading to episodes of shortness of breath, wheezing, and chest tightness. In some regions, especially in more industrialized countries, the incidence of asthma has been alarmingly rising, influenced by various factors, including climate change. Respiratory allergies are another recurring issue. They can be triggered by a variety of agents, such as pollen, dust mites, dust, and even chemicals in the environment. The interaction between atmospheric pollutants and allergenic agents becomes even more dangerous, especially in areas where air pollution is a predominant factor. Flu and colds are another spectrum of respiratory problems, caused by viruses that directly affect the upper airways. Although common, in some cases they can lead to more severe complications, particularly in children and the elderly, with a risk of more severe infections such as pneumonia. Conditions affecting the larynx and pharynx can cause inflammation, leading to difficulties in speaking and swallowing. Factors such as smoking, exposure to polluted air, and infections are common triggers for these problems. Lastly, allergies, encompassing a variety of adverse reactions, from allergic asthma to rhinitis, are often deeply connected to poor air quality, especially in large urban centers. Climate change undoubtedly exacerbates these problems. The rise in global temperature has directly impacted respiratory health. Global warming contributes to increased concentrations of pollutants in the air and prolongs the pollen season, which is one of the main triggers for allergic and asthmatic episodes. This phenomenon is already visible in countries like the United States, where regions that previously had relatively low asthma rates are now seeing considerable increases in the disease's prevalence. Densely polluted cities like Beijing and New Delhi are extreme cases, where air quality is so critical that respiratory diseases are a constant concern. The alarming scenario caused by climate change is not limited to large cities. High-altitude regions, where asthma incidence was rare, are also starting to see increases. This has surprised researchers, as many of these areas historically did not have high pollution levels, indicating that other environmental factors, such as global temperature rise and long-distance pollutant dispersion, are playing a significant role. With the rise in asthma prevalence, methods to alleviate symptoms have become essential for all ages. Asthma treatment is multifaceted and includes the use of inhaled medications, known as bronchodilators and corticosteroids, which help reduce airway inflammation. In children, managing asthma requires extra attention, as factors like frequent respiratory infections and exposure to allergens in school environments can trigger more severe episodes. In the elderly, asthma can be confused with other respiratory diseases, such as chronic bronchitis or emphysema, making diagnosis and treatment more challenging. Countries that previously had low asthma incidence, like Iceland and Finland, are seeing a notable increase in cases, possibly due to rapid changes in climate and environmental conditions. Moreover, nations like Brazil, where the problem has always been more prevalent in urban areas, are facing additional challenges related to industrial pollution and deforestation, which affects air quality. Preventing respiratory diseases, especially in times of climate crisis, requires raising awareness about the importance of air quality and adopting practices that can improve respiratory health. Using air purifiers at home, encouraging clean transportation, and creating green spaces in cities are some measures to mitigate the negative effects of respiratory conditions. Proper management of asthma and allergies depends not only on medical treatment, but also on a cleaner and healthier environment, which is becoming an increasingly challenging goal in a rapidly changing world. This is the new challenge of global respiratory health, dealing with the direct and indirect consequences of climate change. which deeply and lastingly affects our ability to breathe, one of the most fundamental acts of life.